Welcome to Unlock Your Soul with yours truly, Anto Neosoul. And today I have a very, very special guest right here at Nairobi Street Kitchen, because this guest, the last time I saw him was when he was 7 years old, and now he's 28 years old. Oh, yeah. I mean, that was 21 years ago. He's actually my cousin, his dad, who's one of my favorite uncles ever, because he's just the coolest uncle, is my dad's cousin. And so in Kikuyu culture, we don't have first or second or third cousins. We're just cousins. So it's my cousin. He's called John Kibe Ragae. And if you're from Atlanta, Georgia, you know him as John, the FinesseGod. Yeah. So since I haven't seen him in a long time, I always thought on your social media, you look so tall. You're so tiny.
It's in the blood.
You're so short. And then when I saw you, I was like, oh my God, this one must be my cousin. He's short like me. So now I'm 100% sure you're my cousin. Yeah. So how are you? How are you doing? How is life? How is it to be back home? How's all that?
First of all, it's great to be here.
Yeah.
It's great seeing you again.
It's so great, so good seeing. You don't remember seeing me? You are a child.
I know,
so
man.
So what do you mean by seeing me again? You can't remember. Do you know me? I changed your nappies.
Hey.
I did not. I'm joking.
I just, I know you from somewhere. We have some resemblance.
Yeah. This nose of ours. This nose, our nose, our family has. When I saw you, I was so happy. Yeah. Because I think like it's a very blood thing. When you see your blood and you feel your blood, you feel your people. Right. And we've spoken online a lot, but we've had very honest and intimate conversations about our families and the issues that our families face. So I feel for me, I feel like I finally met somebody who I'm able to bounce off of what some of the things that go through in my mind. Right. But I'm so happy to see you.
You too.
I'm really happy. I mean, today I think I'm gonna have a very good day because I'm just smiling the whole time. So tell us about your upbringing away from Nairobi, away from Kenya, away from your nuclear relatives. How's that been for you?
I can say it's been a journey.
Yeah.
Especially growing up, I was mainly with my sisters. Yeah. Mostly no other cousins. Yeah. And then, especially in Georgia, I stayed in Atlanta, Georgia. There wasn't that many Kenyans. Yeah. So it was different. I can say more so different and less. I had to adapt more on relating with other people from a new area than what I was used to before I left.
Yeah. I mean, when you're in the States, there's always the issue of African Americans not being able to relate with Africans, and Africans not really being able to understand this trauma and the issues that African Americans have. Right. But then now yours is an extra level where you're also Kenyan. So there's more into the fray. How's that growing up? Do you consider yourself African American or more Kenyan? How do you place yourself?
I can say I'm African American influenced because of my surroundings and how I was brought up. Yeah. But at home, still Kenyans. Yeah. But I can say
did your mom raise you the Kenyan way? Like, were you spanked? Were you?
Oh yeah.
For real?
Oh, my guy. My guy.
Yeah.
Kwanza, my shosh. Yeah. She was not the one to play with.
Yeah. She didn't care. This is America.
Nah, she didn't care.
So there's no calling social child protection services that ninapigwa. They don't care.
None of that. We handling at home.
Were your friends surprised? Like, hey, this kid is beaten at home.
Actually, all my friends, their parents took my home as home because it was so disciplined. So like all my friends that was in my neighborhood, anytime we get in trouble, we'd have a meeting in my house. Like my parents are the ones supposed to be disciplining them. Yeah. So that's actually really cool. You've thought about it, right? You've looked back and you're like, by the way, we were probably the most. But that's the thing about Kenyan parents, or like African parents. There's no way you're gonna go to the States and then you go and get spoiled there. Oh, nah. Nah, bro, we didn't come here to get spoiled. We came here to look for a better life. So you're not gonna go and misbehave. So how are you? How are my cousin sisters? How are they doing? They're good. Yeah. One boy, the oldest sister, she has 3 kids. Yeah. Her second born actually goes to school here. Wow. Yeah, he actually said that it's better for him to go to school here than in States. What? And he's only, 15.
Wow. Right. Jeez, that's interesting because it means that I'm an uncle to a 15-year-old. Yeah. But she's the one who told you about me. She's the one who told you that we're related, yeah? So how's that for you, knowing that you have family in Kenya who you've not been able to connect with? Did it always bug you? Did it always bother you in the sense that our families were doing the utmost least to bring us together?
Yeah, it did. Especially growing up in an environment where it's not home, you would actually spend more time trying to find out who you are. You know, it's easier to find out your identity when you're around the people who love you because they give you like the honest truth.
Yeah.
But there, since I didn't have that many, I can say I was searching more of my identity without the surroundings of who's family.
Yeah.
So actually, anytime that I hear that, okay, there's a cousin that lives here, cousin that lives here, I get more ambitious on finding out who they are because it's, you know, I
Yeah.
want to know more about our history.
Yeah. And have you been successful at sort of connecting with most of us, your relatives?
I have.
Yeah.
I actually
How
have.
does it make you feel?
I'm actually happy.
Yeah.
I actually feel more whole.
Yeah.
And a couple of my questions have been answered. Right.
What questions did you have?
Like, I never knew all of my dad's brothers.
For real?
Yeah.
Your uncles?
I never knew them. Yeah.
And now?
I know majority. The ones I've met everyone that's alive.
Yeah.
And I know about the ones that's deceased.
Yeah. But also you and I have sort of a similar family structure where our families, I mean, our uncles and aunties who are still alive, but you find that most of them and they don't talk to each other, or they don't talk to one another. And I mean, it's a lot of these issues that we have been brought up because of inheritance issues, succession issues.
Right.
Did that come off to you as quite foreign, seeing that, you know, that property and wealth is the reason that actually puts people apart while you're doing everything to try and find yourself?
Right.
They're doing everything to stay away from one another. How does that make you feel?
I really actually hate it.
Yeah.
That's actually one of the biggest things I can say I hate about family structures here in Kenya because it was very foreign to me.
Yeah.
People actually really value inheritance more than anything, and that's the number one thing, in my opinion, that breaks families apart.
Yeah.
It has to do with family, but yet it destroys families apart. So I really despise it. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah. I have relatives, uncles, who've poisoned their kids against our family or against myself.
Oh, wow.
And the cousins cannot talk to me because, well, they are carrying their parents' burdens. And I'm just here like, why are you carrying your burden? Because I don't know what you are told and I really don't care.
Right.
But you're carrying your parents' burden over other things that I don't know. I mean, but then also it's so difficult for you to connect with them because you've been made to look as the enemy and they are made to look as the enemy.
Right.
Do you feel it's possible for you to bring families together or at least your cousins or people together without offending your parents?
Me specifically?
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna offend them.
Because I've tried. But the issue is, my issue is not even offending my parents. My issue is that my cousins are stuck in trying to fight for their parents, whatever beliefs that they had.
believe. Right.
My effort is just whatever. Yeah.
Honestly, I come off as very disrespectful.
Yeah.
I don't hold my tongue back because
Yeah.
I'm speaking out of me being genuine.
Yeah.
So regardless if the person takes my intention as being disrespectful,
Yeah.
that's just, you know, I'm not gonna force it. I'm not gonna take it to the heart. You know,
Yeah.
it is what it is.
Yeah.
But I do get very passionate in terms of trying to not convince, but make our cousins be more open-minded.
Yeah.
In terms of, okay, we can't control and change our parents.
Yeah.
You know, they're at the age where they can't change
They
anymore.
can't change, yeah.
So we can't expect them to help us change. And we're not even taking initiative on trying to either know more about each other or making that change.
Yeah.
So it's possible, but people are always gonna feel offended, especially if they're standing on what their parents believe in about.
Yeah. It's such a. I mean, this is a very pertinent topic as far as African families are concerned. A lot of the African families have been put apart because, like you say, because of wealth. They say blood is thicker than water, but in Kenya, land is thicker than blood.
Sheesh.
For as long as there is land involved, no matter how small the parcel of land is, and people, for context, I don't want to put all our dirty linen in public, but for context, so just so you guys know, John and I, we come from families where we own a lot of land in Nairobi.
Right.
This is not, we don't have any other.
Yeah.
You know, people have like Moranga, Nyeri. We don't have any of that. So when you come to Kawangware, for example, I come from a place called Gatina, which is where my grandfather, his grandfather's brother, that's where he built. His grandfather built in a place called Dagoretti Corner. I have another cousin of mine, if you've checked my social media, he's called Wanjao. He's a stylist.
Right.
His family is from Satellite. We have another uncle of our only remaining grandfather is also in Satellite, but just on after Kinyanjui Road. So we don't know any other place other than Nairobi. All our people are buried in Langata because we don't have Moranga and Nyeri and all that. So when we talk about the land that our family owns, it has actually put our families apart because of the love of that land before anybody else and before each other. So I feel instead of them enjoying the properties or the land that we have, they'd rather be at discord than be together and enjoy that. And it comes back to bite us because once they go, so what happens to us? Am I all of a sudden going to be your enemy because there's some property which I should also have some stake to? We are close and we've just met yesterday, but then all of a sudden we're going to hate each other because I feel like, no, you have too much and I have too little. So that entitlement is also a very big problem.
Yeah.
And so but this is also a very common denominator of why families in Africa cannot stand one another. And we end up carrying the burdens of our parents. It's really, really sad. You are a young father who, you have a daughter, you are taking care of your family, you are hustling, you're rapping. We're going to get into your music career in a short while. But what lessons have you learned from family and growing up in this sort of instance that you now feel your daughter has to be raised a certain way? And how has that changed you as a man, as a father?
I can say, like my journey as being as a father, I've become more considerate about my surroundings because I like I just explained to you, I didn't grow up with majority of my relatives.
Yeah.
So I'm a selfish person.
Yeah.
Because I want the best of the best, but now
and you are a last born, so I've just realized you got everything you wanted. Yeah, you are last borns are spoiled. I know you can argue all you want, but last borns are spoiled. It is what it is. And it's okay. I probably your mom or dad will watch it, they're like, yeah, we've been trying to tell him he's spoiled. He doesn't understand. Last borns get away with so much.
Yeah.
Anyway, so you are very careful about your surroundings and how you raise your daughter.
Right, especially having a daughter.
Yeah.
As a first child, it's more hands-on, and I also learned to be more emotionally intelligent.
Yeah.
Before I don't care if it's not messing up my source of income or what I want to do.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
You know, but now I have to. I also have to monitor the way I move, monitor the way I react to people. I can't just be me, you know.
Is that the African American in you?
Yeah.
You know where you guys are you're always ready.
Sometimes I don't want to hear that shit.
Yeah.
Sorry, but not sorry.
Yeah. That's interesting because is it true what we watch like on TV? You guys are always ready to run up on somebody. I mean, you're just like always like don't come to me that sort of way. Like there's no patience for understanding. It's like bombastic side eye to everyone.
Yeah, I mean,
bombastic side eye. How did you look at me? There's always that with African Americans.
Right, the way
you
look,
how did you look at me? I didn't like how you spoke to me.
Like
why
that?
you looking at me like that? Like there's always that. You now have to scale it down.
Cause see, the difference is people are used to people minding their own business.
Yeah.
So when you start minding someone else's business, why are you minding my business?
Yeah.
Why are you minding my business?
Yeah, what's the problem?
Yeah. But it's some areas. It depends on where. Like I said, ATL is pretty it's hot.
Yeah.
Especially places that's hot.
Yeah.
People tend to be hot.
Yeah.
And the surroundings.
Yeah.
That's it.
Have you had run-ins with have you felt black in America?
Yeah.
All the time?
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
How?
I could say,
what happens?
okay, working at a job, I've probably dealt with more racial issues than any other. And the reason why I actually encountered them is because I have a tendency of being an overachiever. So me being an overachiever sometimes intimidates someone.
Some people, yeah.
Well,
yeah.
the other race.
Yeah.
And they feel intimidated.
Yeah.
So I've actually dealt with those racial situations in working for jobs than any other encounters than that. Because I'm usually out the way.
Yeah. Speaking of jobs, I mean, the big elephant in the room has to be your hair. What kind of jobs are you going to do with this hair? Like, what kind of jobs?
Surprisingly, it's possible for you to get any jobs if your qualifications are right. I have a lot of experience.
So what?
I've even done manager roles at jobs like, okay, the last job I did, I actually stopped working for 9-to-5 companies. This is probably my second year focusing on my audio engineering.
Yeah.
But last job I did was managing a valet company.
Wow.
For a hotel called Hilton Garden Inn and Homewood Suites in Midtown, Georgia.
Wow. So, okay, now let's tell us about your hair.
My hair.
mean, we are known, our family is blessed with very long hair, with
Right.
big hair. We just have big hair.
Right.
So tell me about your hair.
Mine.
This is the big elephant in the room. How did your hair get to... What happened? Like, what's the inspiration behind it?
All right, so this is my second set.
Yeah.
My first set,
Yeah.
I tried to get normal dreadlocks.
Yeah, like this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I have the most sensitive scalp in the world.
Oh, okay.
I can't do it.
Okay.
So after, I think I only tried to get 2 retwists out of the first set of locks.
Yeah.
I decided I'm not getting any more retwists.
Yeah.
So I decided to let my hair just naturally
Freeform. Yeah.
But if you dread your hair up first before you naturally let it freeform, it's called semi-freeforming.
Yeah.
I cut my first set in 2016. Kwanzaa, because my shosho asked me. The one, if you don't remember, I brought my shosho back.
Yeah.
She had asked me to cut my hair and bring her back to Kenya, so I cut it off.
Gosh.
And then I decided to start my freeform journey without doing anything to my hair.
Yeah.
The whole, no brush, no comb, wash and go.
Knowing your dad, this is my uncle. I mean, I know your dad very well.
Yeah.
He's very close to my father. So, and I hope that relationship, stays, the same way.
For sure.
Was your dad like, and your dad is now a church person. Was he like surprised? Was he like, what's up?
Actually, he's my dad is really open-minded.
Yeah.
Yeah. He
Yeah.
was really open. It was more so my mom
Yeah.
than my dad.
What does your mom think about your hair?
Now,
Yeah.
I mean, she embraced it.
But you know the thing about
made it
hair,
out the mud.
the thing about these kind of things like hair, you're only a problem if you're broke.
Right.
Yeah. If you're independent in terms of your thinking, your style, the way you dress, the way you carry yourself. Like I can wear 10 rings. Nobody's gonna ask me anything.
Right.
If I was broke, they'd have a say over my life. Because they'd be like, see, we know you're gonna ask us for money.
Yeah.
So you better do the things we like.
Right.
So you always still stack your paper, get your money right.
Right.
Because your family will overlook your hairstyle,
Right.
your tattoos.
If you're doing everything.
If you're doing everything right. But and that's the thing also, relationship with money is very interesting. But also I know you've had run-ins, like your flight was moved because you had sort of a racist run-in. And naturally I know the hair, obviously just people who are not comfortable or not used to it, naturally they will tend to
Take extreme caution.
take the extreme caution. So what was that all about? Do they think you have a gun in your hair? Like what's the
bomb,
deal?
I don't know. They just think I have something in here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when they check the X-ray, there's nothing inside.
Nah.
So do you have something inside?
Nothing at all. It's just straight hair.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's long. Ever hold it again? Gee, that's long.
Imagine, this is only 5 years and 8 months.
Yo, that is long. Do you plan to carry it at all?
Nah, I'm chilling.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're good.
I'm chilling.
Anyway, done with the hair, but the hair helps you also when it comes to your personality as a rapper. Let's get into your music. When did you realize that, you know what, I want to be a rapper, I want to rap? I mean, who do you look up to for you to get a point where you're like, this is who I am? When did that journey start for you?
2016. Yeah.
7 years ago. Yeah.
See, I was already a big fan of music, but when I first started dwelling in music, I was in the orchestra. I was a celloist. I played the cello.
Your line.
I promise
Do
you.
you like play the cello?
I played it for 8 years.
Because I want you to play the cello in my album.
For real.
Yeah. I've always loved Esperanza Spalding, one of my favorite artists, because she plays a cello. I mean, she plays like every instrument in the world, but she plays a cello, and I just think the way, just the bass sound that it has, that's one of my favorite instruments. The bass. When I sing, there's sort of a bass bass line. It really gets my vocals, you know, to really pop. So yeah, so this is, I didn't know that about you at all.
Yeah, bro.
But you don't put it anywhere on your social media.
I mean, you know, because I grew into finding the passion of being an artist.
Yeah.
So that's really it. But 2016, I was in a group of, like, we used to be a group called the Mafia 404.
Yeah.
I used to just be the person that supported.
Yeah.
But
Did you say the Mafia 404?
The Mafia or 404?
The Mafia or 404?
Yeah, 404 is the area code of ATL.
212 404 913 401. I get it. I saw you in this group.
Yeah, and I enjoyed the whole process of being in the studio, making music, making beats.
Yeah.
And that's when I finally decided that actually this is what I want to do. This is what I want to do to make a source of income, and this is what I want to do to take care of my family.
So you are an audio engineer. I mean, what ticks you when you're in the studio? What do you love working on? What kind of genres do you love? What's your thing?
I don't have a specific thing. It's whatever it feels.
Yeah.
If I'm feeling it,
yeah,
I'll go crazy on it.
Yeah.
You know, and I usually create off of my moods. Me, I'm a moody artist.
Yeah.
So if I'm like excited, go in there, create.
Yeah.
If I'm mad, go in there, I vent. You know, I'm not really social, so that's the only place that I can really express and talk more.
You're not social for real.
Nah.
But when I see you with your boys in Atlanta, I'm like, first and foremost, I don't want to stereotype, but I was like, I hope this guy is not a gangster. Because the kind of friends he hangs out with, I fear for my cousin. Is he gonna come back home alive? What are these people he hangs out with? Nah. Your friends look very scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
Those are actually all my friends when
I feel like I cannot mess with them. Like, I'm like, oh, no, I'm from Kenya, please don't finish me. I have no interest whatsoever with what you're doing. So, I mean, that's those people you grew up with, though. Do you feel, because I mean, when I see you that way, and you can imagine how people who, let's say, white, Hispanic or whatever, how they see you. Do you feel like it's a front of sorts for sort of black young men to always be on guard in terms of how you carry yourselves?
Yeah, but regardless, you're going to always have to be on guard whether you're successful or poor. 'Cause even if you're successful, like my friend group, everyone's doing very good, but they still got to watch their back because other people are either envious or they're not understanding why this black person is driving a Corvette and the other guy is just driving a Honda Civic. You know, so instead of them seeing, okay, maybe this guy has good credit.
He works hard,
he has good credit. He does his work. He has his own, you know, job. He saves his money. They think we're probably doing something illegal to get the type of car that they wish that they could have. So it's pretty tricky, but that's something that we grew into understanding that if we ponder on it too much, it's gonna affect our progress. So that's something that we really try our best not to focus on, because you'll manifest it if you overthink it too much.
Where do you plan to take your music now that you're in Kenya? I know you're gonna be here for a couple of months, and I mean, since you came through, you've actually been spending more time in studio. I've been seeing you, you know, creating, recording, engineering. You know, just always creating, and I think that's it's sort of your value system, and I respect people for their value system because this means a lot to you. So where do you intend to take your music from a local perspective, from an American perspective, but also from an African perspective? Where do you hope this music is going to take you?
My goal is to be international. And honestly, I see myself spending at least 2 more years as being an artist before starting like distribution companies, owning different studios. Because I also feel like I want to help out the people that's having a hard time with the process. You know, I want to build opportunities with my skills in music and what I can do with my talents.
Any artists that you really want to work with when you're here in Kenya at the moment? or even who's based in Kenya or in Africa, who you feel like probably you've been feeling their vibes? I mean, you're exposed to very different music when you're in the States, but then I know locally, there's sort of an interest, or people will sort of tell you, oh, this is cousin of mine, or this artist, I need you to listen to them. Who have you felt so far like, yeah, we would definitely vibe with this artist?
See, it's hard for me to say who off of judging their music. I like creating music with people that I've conversed with.
Yeah.
And we actually like clicked. Like the number one person I usually work with, his name is Shoe Kid.
Yeah.
Chilled with him before we recorded to where we actually can create music without trying too hard.
Yeah.
So okay. I don't, it's a lot of dope artists out here, but I can't just say off of their skills I want to work with them, because I want to connect while we working, so it could be something that's longevity rather than just that moment.
Yeah, rather than give me some money and let me be in the track, the booth or whatever. It should be very organic.
Yeah.
But also now celebrating 50 years of hip hop. What does hip hop mean to you as an artist, as a producer, as an individual? What does hip hop mean to you?
Hip hop is a safe space for me. And see, I don't want to disrespect the hip hop heads, but I also feel like hip hop needs to also be open minded a little bit.
Okay,
it's gatekeeping the youth with the new style.
Yeah,
I'm more of a trap artist than hip hop.
Yeah,
but I respect the hip hop element, is because that's what created trap music.
Exactly. Yeah, and obviously trap is because of where you come from.
Yeah,
there's a lot of
and
influence and lifestyle and influence based on that. Who are probably your favorite trap artists that we might know of? Your favorite, before we get to like your favorite hip hop artists.
Free Thugger, Young Thug. That's the guy.
Yeah. This guy with a court case, that's your favorite.
That's my guy.
Jeez, this what did he do? He really messed up, and now he's in jail. He's in prison actually. For some
RICO case.
You look like a big Young Thug fan. You're giving me the bombastic side eye. Dare you talk shit about Young Thug?
Free Thugger.
But also, okay, it's good that I don't want to dwell too much. I feel like every time somebody meets an African American or an American, we're always dwelling too much on the violence or whatever. But it's also a lot of the stuff that we see a lot of times.
Yeah.
But also this lifestyle comes with a lot of, gang banging and a lot of, guns and all that stuff. I mean, is it necessary? Is all this necessary? Do you feel it's possible for artists to just be clean artists without all of this drama on the side? Or does it come with the territory?
It's usually on the industry. You know, majority of the artists that's independent are the ones that really don't dwell in that aspect. It's usually the ones that signed under labels that's dealing with gang-related issues, because
they gotta pop, they gotta be spoken about, they gotta
not majority of the industry, but I can say like partial of the industry is gang-related. Like even if you take it back in hip-hops, like with Tupac
and
the reason why there wasn't that many big artists like that, because it was gang involved, and they were the ones that was controlling who's passing out the CD, who's popping. So I think it's just something that was coming along in the entertainment
even someone like
industry.
B.I.G. who did come from like a good family, but his first job was pushing drugs. I mean, we look at who? Jay-Z. When you look at 50, I mean, a lot of them, it was the drugs first, but also the drugs allowed them to sort of have a network, get the money, but also have a network of people where they knew where to perform, where to put the music out, and also gatekeep for themselves. So I mean, but also that also means that hip hop saves people. When you look at the artists from Kenya, when you look at Octopizzo, and he comes from the ghetto. I mean, hip hop has helped him to elevate himself. When you look at Calligraph, he does come from the ghetto. When you look at Wakadinali, they do come from Eastland's ghetto. Ukoflani, all of these people, there's an element of ghetto that allows people in hip hop to make it. Because it's just the mentality of the ghetto. You gotta bro, nobody wants to stay in the ghetto. We can all argue all we want. Oh, the ghetto is nice. It's there's the family. Fuck the ghetto. I don't want to live in the ghetto all my life. Are you kidding? I want to live. I want to go out. I mean, I don't want to be stuck here seeing shit when I walk in the morning. And if it rains, I'm worried that there'll be shit flowing through my door. I don't want to see any of that stuff. So nobody wants to live in the ghetto. As we conclude, tell us your plans that you have in Kenya, what you're hoping to achieve. Are you going to do any masterclass with, like, let's say, audio engineers? Is that something that you're thinking of? Apart from being holed in the studio, could you please leave the house and do some things? Could you please hike or go to the coast?
I will. Right now, I'm still having culture shock with people reacting to my hair.
So what?
So what, man? Listen, man.
They will always react to this hair.
By the way, and no offense, but there's some Kenyans that don't respect personal space.
That's a lot of Kenyans.
There's no
That's
such
like
thing as
90%.
personal space.
That's like 90% of Kenyans.
Yeah.
You see, even like for me to hold you, have to like ask you, so can I?
Yeah.
They don't. They'll be like, hey,
I know. So I'm also learning patience.
Yeah, does that shock you the way we are? And also staring. We don't mind
staring is cool.
Yeah.
It's
not
whatever.
cool. Not for me. Don't stare at me. You please go mind your own business. Stare at other things. Why are you staring? I'm a human. Why
you can look but not touch.
Yeah, why are you surprised?
That-
But I can imagine this happens with the elderly and the kids. A lot, they will touch your hair.
Yeah, they try to.
Yeah, but also people forget that the hair is such an antenna. That if you touch my hair, if you have dirty vibes or whatever,
Yeah.
I actually end up scratching myself a lot. That happens to me a lot.
No, that's
so
true.
don't touch Rasta people. And we're not called dreadlocks, it's Rasta people. So there's a couple of places that I feel you need to go when you're in Kenya.
Right.
You need to probably hike Mount Kenya or hike Ngong Hills.
Okay.
You need to go to the coast.
Right.
You need to do some of the museums, the Railway Museum,
Right.
the Museum of Kenya itself. I feel like you need to travel. I see you always in the studio. You need to leave.
It's an obsession, man.
Yeah, but I'm gonna make you leave. I'm gonna make you leave. And just find some life outside of the studio.
Right.
Are you dating at the moment?
No,
Or
I'm
are
not.
you with your babe mama? Is that your person?
No, I'm single.
Are you planning to date in Nairobi?
I mean, if
Or
it
are you
comes,
worried?
it
Yeah,
happens.
they're always asking you. Or the moment you say hi, they say, "Oh, babe, I don't have 2K for gas."
Man, listen, that thing is international. It happens in ATL and it happens here.
So what happens? It's like, "Hi, what's up, babe? Oh, I'm good." And then
I think it's because people just see you. Okay, you're an artist. You keeping up this. You have something. You could. But nah.
yeah,
Nah, I got goals and dreams too, baby.
yeah. So you guys what Okicha fair? It's called the fair fraternity. So it's like, hi, how are you? So babe, could I please get some fare? Like, fare already?
Already.
I met you yesterday. You see the girl at the pizza fire door, she's laughing. She's laughing because she's asked for fare many times. So when they ask you for fare, don't be surprised. But also men nowadays ask ladies for fare.
Oh no.
Yeah, men, that guy, you see?
That's
you see?
not fair.
That's not fair.
That's not fair.
Asking women for fare to go to their homes
We
and
have
their
to
places.
pick our struggle.
Please, can you pick a struggle? So yeah, we have to. Before we conclude, your biggest hip hop artist that you really, really rank, and your plans in Kenya as we move and try and unite our family. Yeah.
My biggest. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm a Kanye West fan.
Okay.
It's the biggest to me. Sorry, it is what it is. My favorite album from him is Late Registration and 808 Heartbreaks. What's up?
Nothing.
You're giving me the bombastic guy, my guy.
Because I don't want to fuck with Kanye West fans. They're like too emotional, like your leader. So I'm just zip.
It's okay.
I used to love Kanye West until Kanye West started showing Kanye West.
But we're speaking about the albums, not Kanye West.
The thing is, the truth is, it's very difficult when people say shit. When people really show themselves, it's always difficult to remove themselves from the music.
Right.
We can act all we want, but if I see you being like, let's say, if you're sexist or you're a bigot, it's so difficult for me to listen to your music. Na 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 na, but till I get my money right. I'm like, that song is beautiful, but now that you got your money right, I don't like the guy who got his money right, because this guy is actually a bigot, because he would never have said these things when he didn't get his money right. So I'm unable to differentiate between the artistry and the human. is difficult for me.
Right.
But also, I know what you're saying is a challenge that for me to be a real fan, I must be able to do that.
Yeah.
So I think for me now, I'm just gonna stick with, to be honest, one of my favorite hip hop artists ever is Lil Kim.
Right.
I absolutely love Lil Kim. I mean, for her fashion sense, for just being a trailblazer and for everything that she did, and you know, she's to me, she's in my list there.
She's dope too.
Yeah, she's dope too.
She's really dope.
Okay, plans for the future as we wind up, as you leave Kenya, and also a word to your mom, who I know did everything to raise your family and make you who you are.
Right.
You know, Madam Waringa.
Yes, sir.
How's that been? What do you want to tell her? What do you want to tell mommy?
Mama, I love you. You raised a superstar. I thank you, Mama, and I'm sorry for all the things I put you through. You know, your favorite child.
Well, and obviously your sisters is one boy.
And Louisa.
Yeah, Louisa is the one who I remember. I think Louisa is the one who were like probably age mates.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Because I didn't hang out a lot with Louisa. It's a beautiful soul. Thank you so much for coming through.
Yeah.
Thank you for making time for your cousin. And for all of you guys who need to go and check out his music, make sure you go check out John the Finesse God.
Yes, sir.
Because this man is all about finesse. I mean, it runs in our family. Finesse. Finesse. If you are broke, it's not our business. So we are just the finesse gods. So John the Finesse God, go check him out on Spotify, on Apple Music, on every streaming platform you can think of.
Platforms.
Show him some love. And I'm hoping that, now that I know you are going to play cello in each and every one of my songs in my third album.
Okay.
My third album, I think, will be called, I'm not sure about the name. I think it's going to be called Mind, Body, and Soul.
Oh.
So it's album number 3, so those 3 things. So mind is the very, the music that makes you think. Body is the music that makes you move.
Right.
Soul is just touches in the inside.
For sure.
So
Sounds
mind,
beautiful.
body, soul. So I can't wait for you to play the cello in my album.
Let's get it.
Thank you so much for coming through. And by the way,
Thank you
if
for
you put your
having
hands
me.
like this, I realize you have my uncle's hands.
Yeah.
Yeah. My uncles have the same exact toenails. This is ridiculous. Guy, your family. It's not even a lie.
That's a way, bro.
Yeah, we literally have the same guy. Guys, we have the same. Look at our knuckles. Like, what are the odds that we look so much alike? I mean,
It's in the blood.
it was meant to happen. Thank you to my cousin of so many years gone by. Thank you so much for coming through.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, make sure you go check out John the Finesse God all over social media. Also, make sure that you check us out on YouTube. Subscribe, share, tell everybody about it. It's Unlock Your Soul Podcast. And also on Instagram at Unlock Your Soul Pod. And also on TikTok and every other place, Unlock Your Soul Podcast. Whatever it is, go check it out. I'm at the beautiful Fire and Door at Nairobi Street Kitchen. Yeah. Oh yeah. They want you to rap. Yeah, they want you to rap. Yeah, he did sing. They want you to rap. Do your thing.
Oh nah.
No.
I rap.
Yeah.
I don't usually freestyle. I think that's for the
No,
old
not
heads.
freestyle. Like your favorite song at the moment. Like the verse that you're like, this is the one I like. I love.
Go check it out on all my platforms. Support me. Go check it out.
That's a very artistic thing. You don't tell people that you're a rapper, so rap for us. I'm a clown, make us laugh. No. See you. Bye. Thank you for choosing Unlock Your Soul podcast, where it helps you to grow and, of course, unlock your soul. I hope you learned something new, something bright, something great today, and that you can also share this podcast with each and every single person that you know. All you gotta do is review, like, and share this podcast on your favorite social media platform. Also, make sure you check us out on YouTube at Unlock Your Soul Podcast, on Instagram at Unlock Your Soul Pod, and on TikTok at Unlock Your Soul Podcast. It's time